Good morning, students, and welcome to Monday. We are in a whole new week, and why, yes, thanks for noticing. I am wearing a tie. I am dressed up today. You know why? Because during this safer at home and this quarantine, every once in a while, you just gotta dress up. You gotta take care of yourself. You gotta make yourself look good, because there's that mantra: look good, feel good, work good. And so I'm going to look good today, I'm going to feel good today, and I'm going to get a lot of good work done today. And yes, this is my Shakespeare tie as well. I even have my nose, if you remember from this fall, when I was banging the drum when we were there. Good stuff. So, bonus challenge to you today: dress up. Put on a tie, put on a dress, put on some nice clothes, take a picture, send it to me, and you get bonus points for looking good, feeling good, working good on a Monday. So while you're picking out that fancy outfit to look good today, right, here's a little joke to get you going. Why did the girl get hit by the same bike, every single morning? It was a vicious cycle. Get it? Like it was going in a cycle. It was going in a cycle. The bike is a cycle. But a cycle, like she couldn't get away from it. It just kept repeating itself, kind of like Groundhog's Day. A vicious cycle. Gotta look out for those, right? So, what are we doing this week? Well, last week we did our writing journal for week 4. You should have looked at some literary terms in life, focusing in on some figurative language and finding that. Hopefully you read the Newsella article about the teenage brain, which was fascinating to think about and what teenagers are capable of and what you are able to do. This week, we're still going to be working in our writing journal. We're going to go to our writing journal for week 5, but our focus is going to shift over to reading, to literature. And so step number 1 is I'd like you to get a new book. Okay, some of you are already reading a book, which is awesome. Others of you finished your realistic fiction or are winding that down, and it's time to start thinking about the next genre. And so the next genre that we're going to be looking at is fantasy. Okay, fantasy is a wide open genre. Right? We were realistic, which really could happen, and now we want to look at fantasy. So maybe there are some thematical elements of, magic or science fiction, or maybe there's a new world or a new planet, or there are mysterious things that are going on. Fantasy has a lot that can fit inside of it. It is a very broad genre. And so I'd like you to find something that could fit within fantasy. It doesn't have to be like super fantasy. It can be kind of fantasy. But I want you to check out a book and start reading, because we're going to continue reading during the month of May. Right? So you can go to Overdrive, you can go to Sora, you can have an actual hard copy of a book at home that you want to read. That would all be great. I've heard that the public library in Waukesha has some curbside pickup, so you could use your Waukesha Public Library card and see what they have there as well. So step number 1 is find a book. Okay? Then we want to read it. So we want to read it, and we want to log that in Reading Rewards. Some of you need to go in and update Reading Rewards, so let's do that. When you look at your writing journal for the week, then today is relatively easy. It is a reading inventory. So what does that mean? The reading inventory for today is going to ask you about 10 questions about yourself as a reader. So we want you to reflect on how you do with reading. So when you open up in Google Classroom your writing journal for week 5, first of all, the directions are in the Google Slides. Then there is a doc that is started for you. I put 10 sentence starters in there. When you look at the first one, it says, if asked how much I enjoy reading, I would say, then there are a few dots and an ellipsis, so 3 dots are called an ellipsis. Then I want you to complete that sentence and turn it into a 2 to 3 sentence response. For example, I might say, if asked how much I enjoy reading, I would say that it depends on what I'm reading. I really enjoy reading nonfiction novels about history. I do not like reading super fantasy that brings in magic and that sort of thing, right? And so that would be a response there. Statement number 2 says, as a reader, I think I am really good at, and then I want you to think about, what are you really good at? What is easy for you? Are you good at reading quickly? Do you remember things a lot? Are you good with vocabulary? Is there a lot of reading that you enjoy? And so these 10 statements, I want you to think about them and just complete your responses in there. It doesn't need to be based on anything that you read or learn, right? It's just you thinking about yourself as a reader and completing those 10 responses. So today is going to get us going with reading, right? We're checking out a book for fantasy. We are doing our reading inventory, and then we're doing a little bit of reading as we start setting up and rolling throughout this week. So students, as I mentioned, today is a formal Monday challenge. Look good, feel good, work good. I have grown a nice little mustache here, and I have my fancy hat and monocle. Everyone looks good with a monocle. And so as you are working, look good, feel good, work good. Find a fantasy book to read and work on your writing journal for week 5. That is all. Have a glorious day.